Hi everyone, this is Rion Paper. It is currently Saturday morning. Well, you can actually see it right here. It's the 24th of August. It's 11:36 as I'm filming this. Yesterday, the full Hobonichi 2025 lineup was revealed, but I was at work the entire day, and then after work we went to visit some family. So I haven't really had the time to take a good look at the entire lineup. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. And I thought, why not try and film this, take you with me. I have my tablet here. That may not be the most sophisticated way of filming this, but we're just gonna try if it works. If I look at this later and I decide it's absolute garbage, then we're just not gonna upload. But for now, I just thought, let's take a look at the Hobonichi 2025 lineup, see what they have come up with. I have sort of followed along with the previews, the teasers that we got throughout the month of August, but not really in depth, because I like to look at it when everything's revealed and then just like make up my mind. Is there anything that I want to get? I'm thinking of getting a Hobonichi Weeks for next year, which will probably my only Hobonichi item. So I'm mostly interested in seeing all of the designs of the weeks. But as I'm always using something in A5, and I've used many types of notebooks in A6 as well, I'm always interested in the covers that they release. If there's something really, really unique that really hits the right note for me, then I might consider getting it. So that's also always interesting, and I'm always interested to see what they come up with. So let's take a look. They have this on their website, which is like 11011101.com. They divide it into everything for the original planner, which is the A6. Then we have the cousin, the A5, the Hon, which is A6 and A5 with a sort of hardcover, the weeks, and then there's the Day Free and the Hobonichi 5-year Techo. So that's all that we're going to look at. The A6 covers, they have these this colors line, which is the sort of the most basic line of covers for the A5 and A6 techos, and then the colors is also the name they use, I believe, for the most basic Hobonichi weeks that they release each year, which comes in like 5 or 6 different colors. It's the one that I've been getting for the past couple years because I really love the texture of the weeks covers from the colors line. I have never really seen one of these in real life. I imagine they have quite a different texture, a different textile that they're made from. They're quite pretty. What I like about these, let's see, which one do I like the most? And we can just open that one and take a better look. They have this Dreamy Soda, which looks really nice, which is sort of a teal color, a light teal with a soft pink. Then they have more of a candy pink with brown or gray. Maybe. I think it's more gray. An Olive Grove one, which looks really nice. I actually quite like this one, the caramel pudding. They have a lot of these this year. I can't remember if they had this many colors last year. Or maybe some of them are just like designs that they had already released last year and they just added a couple. Yeah, I think so. Like these don't have the 2025 new icon on the top. These do. Yeah, I'm going to take a look at this one, the green one. So I love the photography. The product photography is so good with Hobonichi. They have this entire olive Mediterranean themed spread just specifically for this colorway. I love that. So nice. Yeah, this looks like a really different texture. Can I zoom in? I cannot. But yeah, this looks quite nice. It's a lovely green color, a lovely sort of soft green tinged brown, I think, for the other color. Wait, how does that work? What am I looking at here? Oh, this is the back. This is the back side where there's like this pocket that you can slip something into. Yeah, that's how this works. It's this line on the back. Oh, this is really quite nice. I love that. I only have a cover that doesn't really have any pockets because I don't use them anyway, but I still think they look cool. I like the idea of having pockets in my covers and then just not using them. Yeah, but this one is nice. This is lovely. So yeah, many different colors. You can obviously reuse this every year. I bet they would make for a super cool collectible. Just if you are really into covers, if you like switching things up, if you maybe like to over the years, like collect one for every season so that you can switch it up come spring, come fall. I think that would be really fun. The gingham one is also really nice. I'm not particularly fond of the blue on the gingham one, but the gingham cover itself looks really nice. And then we have a couple of new ones for this year. There's the Yumi Kitagishi. Yumi Kitagishi. I believe they've worked with this artist before. Very whimsical designs, very colorful. Not really my style, but I know that it's very popular. I do like the red and blue ribbons. Oh, it's like red on the inside as well with lots of little illustrations. It's a really fun one. If you're looking for like a fun cover, this is definitely a good one. Then there's the Bijutsukai with Unsodo. It's a blue one with white stripes, diagonal stripes, and I believe it's flowers. Oh, that looks lovely. I like the blue and yellow. That is a great color combination. I'm not particularly fond of the diagonal stripes though. This one looks cool. The Masamune Kusano and Junaida Himitsu Stranger. I don't actually... Does it say? It's a song art book, Himitsu Stranger. It's based on the lyrics from 13 songs recorded by Masamune Kusano for the music album Himitsu Studio by his rock band Spitz. I love how busy this cover is, but there's still like, it still looks kind of clean because it has no overlap between the illustrations. Like everything has some negative space around it. And again, I love the yellow. This yellow looks even better than the last one because it's that dark and intense yellow. That, I don't know if you can see that, but I'm actually wearing that color yellow. Yeah. I love that. There's like a cake and there's an apple and there's like, what's that called? A wrench or something? I don't know. They took lots of different items here and just put it with the items. And there's grapes and this looks like a dog's chewing thing. And there's like a little decorative bird. I don't know what's going on here. But it looks cool. This one, I've seen this one in the previews. This one might be one of my favorites from this year. It's from the photographer Naoki Ishikawa. And it's the type of print that they used for this, which makes that sort of white and blue gradient, is called, let me check. What was it called again? It's a cyanotype. So that's a photographic process that involves a chemical solution and exposure to UV light. I know that's a very popular way to work with, for example, prints of flowers and like plant pieces, because you can make really cool stuff with that. I once gifted my mother a cyanotype starter kit to just do creative stuff with. It's supposedly a very easy technique to use. Obviously, making this photograph in the mountains is the hardest part, probably. But I really like how this looks. It's a bit cold. I imagine I would love to use this in winter, but then not really feel like it in summer or spring. They use this beautiful sort of dark navy color for the inside, which looks really classic and very professional as well. So yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. And they've used this design for various products. So this is the A6 cover, but they also have a Weeks and A5. I believe some pencil boards as well, but those have a different design, but from the same photographer. There's this one, the Hiroko Kubota tone of illuminated flowers. Another whimsical one with a very nice color palette, I must say. Very nice color palette. Has nice charms as well on the ribbons. Here, I do not particularly like the yellow on the inside. I think it's a bit too bright. I think if you look at the front, there's this soft pink color at the top. I think that would have worked really well for the inside, but then they also still have the Hiroko Kubota twinkle shells from last year. I have a pencil board of this one. And let's see, then they also work with Keiko Shibata again. Like last year, they released this bread floating in the wind, which is just a super fun cover. And this year they have Bus Management by Mr. and Mrs. Inoue. It's 2 dogs in a bus. Another more whimsical cover. It looks like a different texture as well to some of the other covers. It looks a bit more soft, maybe. It's hard to judge that based on the photographs, obviously, but go back. Yes, they have also a new collaboration, I believe. I don't know if they've done this before, but they work with Paddington, or like the brand of the Paddington like books and films. I believe this is one of the illustrations from one of the books. I'm not the biggest fan of the A6 one. I like the orange color though. Looks nice and bright. But the illustrations on the Weeks in particular that we'll get to is so beautiful. But it's nice. I like that it's like just orange and black. It's not too busy, even though it's a bright color. They've done a new Spy X Family one. Let's see, also a more like expensive, I think it's a leather one. And then they have this one, the Thanks C by Pam. That is quite a simple design, but it's like a nice combination of colors and just like shapes in general. I love the ribbon on this one that has a wavy pattern, like a wavy ribbon. I think that's quite unique. I don't know if they've done that before. But I think the 2 different ribbons look really nice together. It's like sea themed. I always like sea themed things. I've put the marine one, the marine stripes from a couple of years back in my like shopping cart so many times, but in the end I never bought it. It's quite expensive. I think it's also because it's a collaboration. They have they've done another Liberty Fabrics. There's this one, the Hollyhocks, that does not have the new icon, but I don't really remember it from last year. I do remember another Liberty Fabrics that they had last year that was really beautiful. It's a bit like this one, like the new one, the Michelle, but it was a bit brighter. This one is a bit more subtle. Lovely colors that work really well together, I believe. Not really my style, but I can really appreciate how this looks. Just a nice pattern. Reminds me of like a sort of tablecloth, maybe. In a good way, I like the color on the inside as well. It's sort of grayish, purplish blue. Very soft. And then they have this one with Yuge Fabric Farm, which is called Fishgill Crest. And I believe it mostly has quite an interesting texture. Like the texture looks a bit how do I put that? Like it has these sort of lines across that I imagine have a sort of textured feel when you softly brush them with like your nails, for example. I like how there's many different colors in terms of illustrations, but also in terms of textures, textile. So whatever it is that is most important to you, you will be able to sort of focus on that. It's not like, oh, I don't like this specific texture, so I cannot get any cover from Hobonichi. They have this one, the Foulon Small Flowers one. Again, with the very nice photography. I believe this is a sort of case that opens up with a little clip thing. Let's see if we can get a better view at that here, maybe. No. Here. I can't really see how that closes. Is it just, do you just flip it? Like flip it closed and then that's it? Or does it somehow stay closed? Is it like secured? I can't really see that. Maybe it's just for decoration. And then they have this one, which looks like a sort of small laptop bag, like an office bag that you can take with you. But it actually just like fits the cover. Quite expensive, but if that is something that you're specifically looking for, it might be really nice. Like it even comes with a strap. So you can like use it as a bag, but it's like, then it's just your cover. It feels very extra to me, being someone who rarely takes my planners out of the house. They're mostly just on my desk. So something like this feels very, when would I use this? But I imagine if you're constantly on the go with your planners, it might be really nice to invest in something like this. I like the color of this Alatone olive one. Not really a fan of the model of these covers, but the color is beautiful. They also have a brown one, I believe, for one of the other sizes. That looks really nice. It has a very retro feel going on. It has this clip and then this sort of shiny plasticky material and then this matte olive colored material. Very nice. I believe this must have been hard to photograph because like it's kind of shiny. I also like how they used the month of May to make the photographs because that also has an olive colored details. Let's see, then we have the Dragon that we saw last year, which it has a zipper. And then we have a single color Lago, which is also new. And that has a zipper that goes all the way around. So that's another type of cover that you may or may not be looking for. Very nice. It looks kind of like the inside of some of the other covers, but then it just has this zipper pocket that goes all around. They also have another color that I believe they released previously. And then there's this one with the plaid pattern. Same model, I believe. At least it looks very similar. I am a little disappointed by the simple color. I don't remember how they called this last year. If they have a name for this type of cover. It's like the simplified version that has no ribbons, that has no pockets. And I have one of these from last year, the A5 one, that said "Have a nice day." And I think "Have a nice day" is sort of, you can't really go wrong with that. But this one says "Only is not lonely." And I don't know, I don't really vibe with that quote. I mean, I kind of like it, but not necessarily on the front of my planner. Also not really a fan of the forest green. I like the like a brown colored of the what's that called, the elastic band. But yeah, so maybe that's good, so I won't be tempted to get this one. But I'm kind of sad that they changed the text. I would have liked the "Have a nice day" to just keep being the theme. This herringbone is really cool. It's a lined fabric, which is something they've done before, but they have a different color combination right now. They always have the basic black cover, but this year they also have like a cognac colored one, like a brown cognac-y color, really beautiful. The Bordeaux color is also not new. That's sort of a very classic. Sorry. And they have a leather cover in yellow, which is not a color somehow that I associate with leather. So I think it's kind of cool that they picked something that's not as classic looking. Like these are all very classic colors. But this one isn't, the yellow one. What else have we got? Wow, this one is crazy expensive. The arts and science one. Why is that? This is 245 euros. What is so special about this one? I mean, it's pretty, but it's produced by Arts and Science, a brand and shop led by Sonia Park, who's also the creative director of the Hobonichi Techo planner. Oh, it's a special buffalo leather. Okay, cool. Wait, why are we all the way down at the bottom right now? What is going on? Oh yeah, here. And then there's quite a few that they had already released before. Some different colors. The water green leather cover from last year, very beautiful. Of course, there's some Mine Pehonen. There's a couple of new ones this year. Never really vibed with the design of her textiles, but I love the ribbons on these. Really cute. They have a new collaboration design with Mother that they've done before, like with, is it from Earthbound? This is a more simple one. I like how there's so much variety in these Mother products. This one has the pixel art, sort of embossed, debossed. This is debossed, right? If it's like pressed in, really nice. I like that. Oh, and that's like the car. The car is a really cool perspective. I actually like this one a lot. I mean, I've never played these games, so I don't really have a connection with it, but I can appreciate the design of this one. Oh, and it has like the in-game map on the inside. Really cool. I think if you're a fan of these games and of Hobonichi, then there's so many covers and products that they've released that you might be interested in. These are some of the older ones that they already had. And there's a new One Piece collaboration, which is the same cover, type of cover as the new ones they released this year, like the olive one that we looked at. But they now also have a One Piece one. But the One Piece products will go on sale on October 1, not on September 1. There's another like regular One Piece cover. And then there's a couple of covers that they still have, or maybe that were very popular, but that are not new. This Tomitaro Makino. Oh, maybe they already had this color, this type of cover last year, because this also seems to be the same one as the One Piece one and the olive colored one. Oh, there's the marine stripes that I like so much, but no, I'm not getting it. Then there's also the brownie plaid, which is also lovely. That one always reminds me of Bronte. I think she has that one. And then we get to the books themselves, which I don't think there are any like new types or like very big changes this year. They have the Japanese language A6. They have the English A6. They have the AVEC books, which have like half-year books. So you get 2 books for an entire year together. Then they have the classic English planner one, which is a bit different than the English original. And then there's the one-piece one. And then we get to the A5. Many types of covers are the same, but that's also always some differences. They have new colors for the color series. Really nice ones. The Atelier Sky. I love this one. Very beautiful. Hello. Open this. Thank you. It's a sort of beige one, but it's kind of a warm toned beige with this blue on the inside. Again, they've nailed the photography on this. Really pretty. It's kind of neutral, but still also kind of fun. Yeah, just really nice with a cup of coffee, some sky photography. Looks nice. Then there's Winter City, Candy Floss. So it seems like there are fewer A5 colors covers than for the A6. There's also one of the Yumi Kitagishi ones. They have this one, which is the A5 Insodo version. But I really like this one. This looks so cool. It looks like mosaic tiles, but it's actually a fabric, I believe. Yeah, this just, isn't this awesome? It even has square, what's it called, like charms on the ribbons. So nice. Again, nailed it with the photography. Imagine this one is going to be quite popular, but it's always hard to predict that. This one from the song art book is the same one as the A6. Same goes for the Naoki Ishikawa one with the mountain and the cyanotype. This one, the tone of illuminated flower, is also the same as the A6. The Keiko Shibata one is different for the A5. Instead of the bus with the 2 dogs in it, we have a pink elephant giving a hug to a girl, I think. Yeah. Beautiful brown accent color. I love the inside of this one. That looks like a really cute neutral one. Another Paddington one, different color, different design. Also one of the just black line drawings, but this time with a blue one. I believe the Spy X Family one is the same, but I'm not exactly sure. Another Thanks C one. This one's different, the Yuge Fabric Farm. I think this one is really nice as well. Has a really interesting pattern, very simple colors, has different ribbons than a lot of the other ones. This one's very, very professional looking, very basic, I think, but in a good way. Like, it still has a fun texture, it has like a fun design, but just in terms of the colors and how much there's going on, it's a bit more basic. It's quite expensive though. The Liberty Fabrics one is the same, so you could get that one in either A6 or A5, depending on which one you would use. The Fulon one is different. It's the same type of cover, but it has a different print, like a different fabric. Same goes for the Alatone one. I also like this brown one. I think they really picked good colors for the Alatone cover. Still think the design is a bit too retro-y for me. But I don't know. I could see myself getting something like this. I won't this year, definitely won't. But I don't know. This is one of those designs where at first I was like, no, that's really not for me. But it's also like it's kind of growing on me. Especially since I really, really like the colors. I love this deep dark brown. I love the olive one. I wonder if they have one for the weeks as well. They also have one of these bag ones for the A5, but I was kind of surprised to see that they picked a different color. Like the A6 one is black, and then this one is dark green, which is nice, but I think like black would be more of a safe choice for like a new design. I think we already saw this plaid one for the A6 as well. The Only Is Not Lonely has a different color. They always do that each year with the simple color with the like text on the front. They have a different color for the A6 and the A5. And last year I was really happy that my favorite color, the almond one, was released for A5. But yeah, you just kind of have to get lucky with that because, you know, depending on whether you are an A6 user or an A5 user, you might get they might release one that you really don't like, and then the other format would be perfect, but you're just not getting any use of that. Another brown leather one, the yellow leather one, so that's all the same for both sizes. The Mina Perhonen as well. I do believe this one has different colors. The one with the, I don't know, it looks like bunnies. Oh, and then this one is a Hobonichi store only, the cousin mix. The mother one with the debossed pixel art is the same. The One Piece one is a different color. And then some older favorites as well. And then for the books themselves, you can get them in Japanese and English, and the Avec one with 2 books only in Japanese. Then we go to the Hon. For the Hon, the Hon is like a book that has a cover already attached to it. So if you're not a fan of switching covers or having to buy a separate cover, if you don't want to reuse your cover multiple years and you just want to keep it on there, the Hon is a good alternative for that. They're usually a bit cheaper than getting a book and a cover, but obviously you can't really reuse the cover, so that's kind of a downside. It's more of a hardcover book, which has a very different feel, obviously, than using the softcover book with a cover. So I really like that they introduced this because it gives like a really valid alternative for someone who just has a very different way of using that planner. They have a bit less designs, but still very nice. They have the slash design, which is like the classic, the one they first introduced. They have the paper series gingham, which has a gingham textured paper cover. Like it's a hardback cover, but it has that really cool, I don't know if you can see this. It's probably too dark on the photography, or maybe you can see it here. It has this really nice pattern. I really like this. I think they should just keep on making these because it's such, you know, it's a bit boring, obviously, but it's such a classic. If you just want something basic, if you want something for work, for example, that doesn't really stand out, I think this one is such a good one. I also like this one that they did, the new one with Unsoro, which has a rainbow. If you don't want anything subtle, you can just go for this. I think the colors work really well together. I like the diagonal stripes on this one as well. The diagonal pattern with like the, I don't know, what looks like hills on the bottom and then here at the top. It's definitely a more unique design, but I do think it works really well. You have the Crescent Moon Delivery. This is a new design. Is this from the Hiroko Kubota? Is that the same artist from last year's Weeks that was really popular? That also had like, I believe a fox or a cat and a moon. I think so, yeah. It has that same shiny texture as well. Really nice. This one really looks like, I don't know, like a children's book or something. Like an actual hardcover book with like stories in it. They have a Liberty Fabrics one again. A bow and tie one. The bow and tie one that they always theme after, I believe it's like next year, so 2025's lunar, like from the lunar zodiac circle, and next year is going to be Year of the Snake. So they will usually put something like snakes then on front of it, but they always like to do something playful with it. Like, for example, for the Year of the Dragon, they did like seahorses, which like are kind of sea dragons, I suppose. And then this one has like sort of toy snakes. This one has a little top hat and a pipe with smoke. It looks so cute. I really like this one. I've never gotten one of the bow and tie ones, but I think they do have some really lovely designs. They also have a bow and tie one called Sushi, which has sushi on the cover. The bow and tie one will have this sort of text. I believe it's called bow and tie because the fabric they use for this is like the same kind of texture that bows and ties will often have. And that's also why they have these diagonal stripes. And then this one comes with sushi on front of it. So that's nice. And they also have a mother one and a one-piece one. So they're standard collaborations. They also have them in A5. I believe all of these are the same, just fewer options. And then we get to the weeks, which I'm always really excited about because I believe I've gotten a weeks every year now for 4 or 5 years straight. They always have this black one and this white one. And then the standard ones for this year, the ones that you can also get in a mega, so like with more notes pages, are this light blue called Lemon Water, this one called Smoke Gray, and I think this might be the one that I'm getting. It's I love that, like last year they released a light gray one, which I love and which I got, but they picked a red foil, like red, very punchy foil for the year on the front, and I hated it so much that I covered it with silver gel pen. But this year they did it in like dark gray or black or something like that, and it looks so much, I don't know, I like it when you can't really see the year all that well. I might get this one and I might decorate it with something. Like for this year's weeks, I decorated it with cats on the front, like cat stickers. And I might do something similar for next year because that's just really nice. It looks just cool. I like this one. It's classic. It's very simple, but I don't know. I like a simple design. They have a red one called Chili Pepper. A yellowish greenish one. It's like a chartreuse color called Pistachio. There's a pinkish purple one called Sweet Purple. A navy one called Stardust. And then that's all of the like standard colors. So there's 6. I'm a little sad that they don't have a yellow one this year. But I mean, they've done a yellow for a couple of years. So I used the yellow one twice because I love the color. I wonder if they'll ever bring back the sand-colored one from 2021, I think? 20, maybe? I'm not sure what the year was, but I love that one. That one might have been my favorite, but they haven't released that one since. There's the Yumi Kitakishi one that looks very different from the A5 and A6 ones. It has these sort of ribbons, kind of wallpaper pattern with all of these very intricate designs. Let's see if we can get a good look at that. Look at this. Really cute. You get the gold foil and just very lovely, whimsical, happy pattern. The Hiroko Kubota one also looks very different from the other designs. It still has the, what's it called? The elephant. That looks cute. And the cherry blossom. They always have these designs that, like, and it's all of it's in like a snow globe. And like the snow is cherry blossom. They always have these designs that have like really interesting combinations of design elements, and it kind of makes you wonder what kind of story is playing out there. Then there's the Keiko Shibata one. This one has the same girl that you can see on the A5. I think it's the same girl, but this time with a cat. And it looks like they're having a conversation. I love this one. I saw this one on Instagram. It's the Masamune Kusano and Junaida one. And this design is so cool. And it works so well in terms of the colors on the white background. I love this. It's one of those designs that is like not necessarily for me, but I really think they did a spectacular job. You can see better here. And I like how it sort of folds over the back of the planner, and then also like part of the back is decorated. I think this one will be a popular one as well. Then, yeah, I think this one also really works well for the week's size. So that's, I kind of like how with the Naoki Ishikawa ones, with the mountains, they have used the same design for all three sizes. And like some people might say like, oh, that's too easy. Why didn't they make like 3 different designs? But you know, if you really like this design, at least you can get it, whether you are a week's user, an A5 user, or an A6 user. I really like that. And then this one from the Paddington series, this one is my favorite, the week's one. It looks so cute. It's like the Paddington bear with the little hat and the suitcase, briefcase. I think it just looks cute. I also like how they did the 2025 on the front. It's like very different from some of the other Hobonichi weekses. Hobonichi weekses? What's the plural form of Hobonichi weeks? I think we'll just stick with one Hobonichi weeks or 2 Hobonichi weeks. I think that's the plural form. So yeah, this one is, the Paddington ones are only available in Japanese. I think that goes for all of them. They've done another mother one that is like quite nice. The fish scale crest, the Thanksy, all of these designs we've already seen before. Obviously, because the weeks has such a different dimensions, some of these designs will look very similar. For example, for like a smaller pattern, such as the fish scale crest, that won't make that big of a difference. Whereas for the Thanksy, it will look a bit different, whether you have an A5 or a weeks, for example. There's also the sushi one, and they have another bow and tie for the weeks, which is called Cherry, which has little cherries. Very simple, but really cute. I think this will be quite a popular one as well. I think the red and green from the cherries work really well with this sort of teal colored blue-ish. And then they have these smooth ones, which have a very different type of texture, and you really like, I remember seeing like from the pictures, it was kind of hard to really get a feel for how this cover looks and feels. But yeah, you can look up like videos on YouTube of these specific smooth covers to get a feel for what kind of texture and binding they have, because it's quite different from the other weeks. But they have some really nice colors. Last year they had this sort of milk tea one, which looked really nice. Or 2 years ago, I don't know what is time. This year they have a mustard one. So if you want the yellow, if you like yellow like me, you can get this one instead. They'll have vanilla soda. I think they just have 2 colors for the smooth one. Yeah. Then they have a paper one. So last year I think they introduced the paper series. I don't know if it was there before. I don't remember. But they introduced it with the black gingham, which was a really popular one for obvious reasons, because it's just so simple and universal. And this year they also introduced a white one, which may sound really boring, but if you want to decorate your Hobonichi weeks, for example, by drawing on top of it or by using very illustrative decorative stickers, I think this is such a great blank canvas to really be able to do that. That is really tempting to get this one and decorate it, because it has almost nothing on the front of it, except for like a really good quality cover and binding, and you can just decorate it however you want. So I think that's a really, really cool decision to add that. They always have one or two leather ones. This year they picked a pomegranate red color, like a burgundy red, and a steel gray. Last year they had a gorgeous olive color. I think these colors are always very classy, very nice. They have a one-piece one and another one-piece one. And then some of the designs are also released in the Mega, which has 3 times the blank memo pages. The sneaker ones, which are a green one, a purple one, and then all of the colors ones. So the lemon water, the smoke gray, and then the red, chartreuse, purple, and navy. All of those are available in Mega as well. And if you are not sure, if you really like one of these colors and you're not sure whether you need the extra pages, I think it's always good idea to get them, because they're not that much more expensive than the regular weeks, but you get so much more pages. I think it's really, really worth the price. And then the bow and tie ones, I can't remember if they've done those in Mega last year as well, but that's really nice that you get some more options in Mega. I don't think they've done that before. Then there's also a couple of covers for the weeks, not much because the weeks always have this sort of cover. But if you wanted to add some extra protection or just some extra visual interest, you can. They have the Alatona one as well, this time in navy, also really beautiful. I think all of the Alatona ones have such good colors. This one's beautiful. And let's see, how does that fit? No, this one? No, this one maybe? No, this one. There we go. Yeah, so you just, like, the inside, like the plasticky parts look kind of the same, like the clear cover that you can get for the Hobonichi weeks. And you can just, slide your Hobonichi weeks in here and keep it nice and secure. Or like this. That looks cute. I like that. And then there's a couple of the Mina Perhonen ones. Those work really well for a cover because they have this sort of more elaborate textured textile stuff. Lots of these are also just like either re-releases or things that they have left over from other years. And then you have some of the books, the day-free ones. There's also day-free covers. So these are specifically made for the day-free books, which are thinner. So these will not necessarily fit a thicker Hobonichi A6 or A5. But you can still get one so that it sort of is a bit more comfy, like a bit more snug for your planner. But there's always just very few covers because obviously if you wanted to get a day free, you can always put it in one of the other covers. It's just that you can't really put one of the other planners in one of these thinner covers. The 5-year standard release for every year, just this one starts in 2025, which I think is cool. I would have liked mine to either start at either the 5 or 6, or like, which is equal to either, for example, 2020 or 2021, because that feels like a more logical span of time. But I didn't want to wait for 5 years, or like for 1 year in this case. I got the 2024 one this year, which will last me until 2028, so that if I want to get a new one, that will start in 2029, which is kind of a weird year to start a 5-year journal. I don't know, maybe that's just my brain, but I decided to not let that keep me from getting the 5-year and just getting started. This cover for the 5-year is really cool. It looks like just a piece of jeans and has the pocket on the front of it. I think this is a really cool design. It's like, look at this. They nailed it again with the photography. You can put your book with jeans with a pocket in your pocket. That is like a total jeansception. Yeah, really cool. Really cool. I like how they did this. They usually have pretty boring covers for the 5-year Techo, so it's nice that they add some variety. There's a beige and navy one, which has this, I don't know if is this a leather cover? It is. This is a leather cover with like a navy on the inside. And then there's dark cherry. That's a new color for this year. And these are the classic ones that they've released many years ago. A natural leather, a red leather, this search and collect one with the big clip on top. There's a Mina Perhonen one. Oh yeah, so this is the A6 and A5 sizes like lumped together. There's a gift set that is a special edition that has a different cover, so that's cool. And it comes in a really beautiful box. I may like the box more than the cover of the book, but it's just really cute. And this is a collaboration with Iyo Okumi. And then we have some more Techo books. These are all... Oh no, so we're back at the 2024 page. Okay, so we were looking at the Techos. Then there's also the stationery tab. And that's also a lot of stuff. I'm just going to take a look at the new stuff for 2025. There's the guidebook, which gives you like kind of ideas on how to use it, which may be interesting. They have new pencil board colors, ice gray with yellow and navy with pink. This is the ice gray with yellow details, and then the navy with pink. I think the navy and pink are not actually new. Then there's the weekly calendar, which is like a supplement for if you get the Hobonichi cousin, no, not the cousin. If you get the Hobonichi A6 Techo, that one does not have weeklies. So you can get this little booklet to have the weeklies as well, just in a separate booklet. Then there's these notebooks, these B6 notebooks in really nice colors. They also have them in B7, so really small. Oh my God. The Hobonichi notebook. Oh wait, no, this is not a grid notebook, is it? Is this just like blank page? Okay, so yeah. I mean, this is probably nice for someone, but I was really hoping that this gray color, which I really like, would be the new color for just the plain grid notebook. But this one actually has blank pages, so just like nothing in it, which is also cool. That's definitely a cool thing. They've also released lined ones with this sort of icy, bluish, greenish color. There's new Yumi Kitagishi pencil boards with this sort of dollhouse and this gathering tea time party, and this one inside the house. Really lovely designs. There's translucent sticky notes, sticky note tabs, the Deco Rush, which you can kind of roll and then you have like little decorations on the page. A cover on cover with a design for different sizes. They have a clear folder set that looks really nice. That is with the same artist that worked, I believe, on the gift set for the 5-year Techo. Quite beautiful. Some more pencil boards. We got one for SpyX family, and also clear folder sets for SpyX family. There's a stencil for SpyX family, and a sticker set, and a mini letter memo set, and sticky notes. So they've got all of the stuff, like, but themed for SpyX family. That's the Paddington pencil boards. Really cute. I think this is the same decoration that's on the front of the... Yeah, it's this one. That's on the front of the A6 cover, but then it's colored in. So this one has this sort of sienna, burnt sienna, orange background, like back side, which is like a solid color. Really pretty color. This one has this soft yellow, and there's the icy blue. There's a letter set that comes with envelopes. We have a handkerchief. So yeah, lots of different stuff. Some more stationery related than others. Oh yeah, so we also have the pencil boards for the Naoki Ishikawa designs, or like the photos. But the pencil boards have a little plane, but I don't really like that. Like, you kind of have to turn the things to actually see the design, which I think kind of makes no sense. It's pretty though, but I much prefer this illustration. You may remember that last year, and maybe also the year before, they had this Tomitaro Makino design on their notebooks. And this year you can get the notebooks in the Naoki Ishikawa designs. The Tomitaro Makino ones were really popular, but I think these will be quite popular as well. You can get the Unsoro pencil boards, which is another like cute option. So you have quite some options. If you wanted to get a pencil board, you have quite some options. I don't think I'll be getting a new one. I mean, I have a pencil board for every size, so I would only get a new one if there's like a design that is like really speaking to me. There's some buttons. There's even socks. So yeah, all kinds of stuff. Even more pencil boards for One Piece. You can even get pajamas. Well, hold on. What is this? We got document cases in the exact same colors as the Alatone covers. Oh, I actually really like these. That is nice. I might just get these instead of the covers, so I can still kind of have this nice color, but I don't have to get the cover. No, I also may not, but these are really nice. How expensive will these be? Wait, what did it say? The 12 euros. I don't know. Maybe I won't get them, but they are nice. Definitely nice. There's also some flat pouches. There's a pen case. Like tote bags. What is this? It's like, oh, it's like a little desk organizer. That looks cute. There's stamps. They always have some stamp designs each year. A paper bag stand. Like, it's a stand that looks like a paper bag, but it's actually not. I think it's not. I think it's textile. Or maybe it's even like a hard product. Yeah, I think this is like a hard like earthenware kind of thing. It's really hard to see. It really messes with your mind. Yeah, you can even use it with a vase. Yeah, it's like it's fired in a kiln, so it has to be some type of earthenware. That looks really cool. I like that. tape runner, Das calendar. So yeah, lots of different stationery designs. If you just want to get something fun, something extra, definitely take a look at there. I'm really sad that the blank notebook in this gray color is like just a blank notebook. I would have loved to get this with a grid. This one's beautiful. Yeah, so the graph one, that still is the yellow. I mean, I don't hate the yellow. I know that some people absolutely hate it. I don't. I like the yellow. But this would be nice for a change, you know? I think I'm going to end this video because it is... I've been talking for such a long time. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I mean, if you didn't, you probably have already left by now. But if you made it to the end... I'm glad that I could keep you company on this Saturday morning. Well, it's not Saturday morning for you probably, as it's already no longer Saturday morning here. Wow, good story. Yeah, so I'm not going to keep you any longer. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you're looking forward to September 1st when the Hobonichi products are released. Let me know if you already know what you're getting, if you're getting anything, or if maybe you've decided this year to not get anything from Hobonichi, because that's obviously, that's okay too. I think I'll go pretty low-key this year. I will probably get one Hobonichi Weeks from just a local supplier, because it's not really worth ordering from Japan in terms of the shipping. So I'll just get it here in the Netherlands, and I don't know, I may take another look at this this notebook, but you know, these won't run out anytime soon, so they're not necessarily I have to order this on September 1st or I'll not be able to get it. You'll be able to get these pretty easily throughout the year. At least that's how it went for other years, so that's what I'm expecting now as well. So yeah, have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.